Hey, what's up everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 Q&A. Today I'm going to be answering, as usual, your guys' questions on Twitter. Before we actually hop in, I want to let you guys know about the shark card giveaway I'm doing on my Twitter. If you don't go follow me over there, then the link will be in the description. But I'm giving away $3.5 million tomorrow on July 4th for either the Wagner or for whatever you really want to buy in GTA Online. So all you have to do is follow me on Twitter and then retweet the tweet. It's super simple to do, and if you want a chance to get some free money, then go follow me on Twitter and go enter to win. Now, the questions you guys asked today, some of them have to do with some future DLC talk, some other ones have to do with cross-platform play, which I want to talk about. So let's just go ahead and hop right in. The first one from Mark: do you think we'll see more Pegasus customization in the future, like the Insurgent pickup or the technical custom? So I think we definitely will, but the only problem is I don't know if we're going to go back, or like I don't know if Rockstar are going to go back. Technically, yes, the Insurgent pickup and the technical are going back a little bit, but those are fairly new. I don't know if we're going to go back to like these, or, you know, some of the original vehicles that came out, you know, like the Rhino tank, or even like some of the aircraft. We actually haven't seen any customizable aircraft unless you include the Oppressor. So maybe they somehow add some sort of aircraft customization, because it'd be kind of cool to put some different liveries and stuff on the Hydra, on the Buzzard, you know. And look, people freaking, they spent $3 million on the Hydra and some of these other aircraft, you know, spent a lot of money. So I'm sure, and if they spend a lot of time in it, I'm sure they would like some sort of customization for it. So I would definitely see, you know, I could definitely see Rockstar doing something along those lines. But in terms of, you know, older, like older customization, like the tank, like, I don't know, I mean, you can even go with like the buses and stuff, just crazy stuff like that. I don't think we'll really see much of that, just because it's probably easier to make new things going forward. Next one from Max: where would you like to see the next GTA take place? Also, would you ever do a news podcast similar to the Squadcast? Dude, I would love to do a podcast, man. The problem is I don't know who to do it with. And as for GTA, where I want it to take place, I would say either Vice City. You know what? No, I'm going to go out of the box. I'm going to say New Orleans. I think New Orleans would be a really cool place, and I know that's because where I live. But there's a lot of culture here. There's a lot of really cool, you know, landmarks, I guess, and areas to explore, so I think that'd be kind of cool. Next one from J Dizzle: what do you think of the Alien DLC? So I want to talk about the Alien DLC since that whole Easter egg popped up over the weekend. If you didn't watch my video, there's these people that I think the Guru team, they actually figured out a way to get the Alien Easter egg to spawn in online, and I made a video. I showed the gameplay actually of the mission, so if you haven't checked that out, please go check it out. It's really cool. What do I think about the Alien DLC? Well, that doesn't mean there's going to be an Alien DLC. However, I will say that it's really interesting how they added that. And there are a lot of Alien / UFO, you know, themes and items and stuff in the game. So it wouldn't surprise me if we would get some Alien DLC. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, because there's some really cool concepts and some really cool ideas for future DLCs, what I'm going to go ahead and do sometime this week, maybe even today, is a video on the top 5 most likely DLCs we'll see next, just because there's a lot of, you know, hype behind that. There's a lot of speculation going on at the moment, and it's always fun to talk about that. That's why I kind of wish I had a podcast just to ramble and talk about this stuff on, because it's really fun. I really enjoy talking, and especially, you know, doing it live, getting your guys' feedback in the comments. Maybe I'll do a podcast one day. Maybe we'll start that back up again. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about the Alien DLC and a lot of other stuff coming soon. Next one from Max: are you excited about are you excited for the Xbox One X, and will you be picking one up? I probably will, and I'm going to have to pick up a PS4 Pro just because they're a little bit more powerful, so I definitely want that. And obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is not going to be coming out for the PC, so I'm going to have to be playing it on console. But I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, there's not too many games coming out that are going to really utilize it at the moment, at least. But, you know, it's a new console, so I'm kind of excited. Jobless Saints fan for the win: do you think a new car will be releasing every Tuesday from now on? So I wouldn't be expecting a car tomorrow, next, or like this Tuesday, July 4th, only because we just got the Wagner last Friday. They could still surprise us and release it this Tuesday, or release another one this Tuesday, but I wouldn't expect it too much. Maybe they add that alien Easter egg to the game finally on, tomorrow on Independence Day, since it has to do with aliens and stuff. What we'll have to wait and see, though. Next Tuesday is when the event week ends, and the event week that's going on now is about a week and a half. So it's not a week and it's not 2 weeks. So we'll see, or we'll know a little bit more about the release schedule once next week's event starts. And then we can see if it's only a 1 week long event or if it's a 2 week long event. Because if it's a 1 week long event, then my guess is we'll get a car every week. But if it's a 2 week long event, we'll get a car every 2 weeks. Tony, do you think the next DLC will be Tuners and Outlaws? So I want to touch on this. This is one of the main things I want to touch on in this video, because a lot of people were tweeting me questions about this. There's some pretty big rumors going on right now. Supposedly, a lot of people are saying that the Tuners and Outlaws DLC will be the next DLC, and that Rockstar somewhat confirmed it. Now, why they're saying that, I'll go ahead and put on the screen here. So another YouTuber, GTA Wise Guy, he's actually the creator of that Tuners and Outlaws DLC concept. He posted, I guess, on one of the Rockstar streams in their chat, he said something along the lines of how, he wants to use their computers to make custom cars rapid. And then Rockstar actually, messaged back to him that says, "Enjoy those tuner rims at Benny's, dude." And a lot of people are interpreting this to mean the tuner DLC is coming next. And while I would like that, and I think there's a ton of people that would like it. I mean, his trailer, that fan-made trailer, I believe got over 1 million views. It probably still has more. So there's definitely people out there that want a DLC along those lines, and it wouldn't surprise me if we get some more stuff, especially revisiting Benny's. But I do want to say, just on the other side of the fence, just because Rockstar, one person at Rockstar messaged him back that said, enjoy the tuner rims, that doesn't mean anything. It was probably just sort of like a joke, because they know he was the creator of the whole Tuners and Outlaws DLC, and they know how passionate he is for that type of stuff. So I'm sure it was probably just a joke. I really doubt someone commenting on the Rockstar Games Twitch chat would know really anything about the next DLC. So I wouldn't be expecting it. I mean, look, it'd be a welcome surprise, but that in no way means we're going to be getting the Tuners and Outlaws DLC next. Oscar with the next question: do you think we'll get a new mobile operation mission for the Ardent and Night Shark in order to get a 25% discount? This is actually something I never thought about, but I think we will. I mean, it makes sense if they're going to be on the Warstock Cash and Carry website, if they're going to be vehicles that you can purchase or that you use the MOC to upgrade, then yeah, I believe we will. And I think that's kind of cool because, normally they just release cars. Rockstar just released the cars and they're like, hey, that's it. Boom. Go buy them. Go customize them. But with these new vehicles, they can release the cars with the missions. So it's a little bit more. Yeah, it's not like maybe what you would want. And I still would rather them just release all the cars at once, perhaps instead of drip feeding them. But if they are going to drip feed, at least giving us some extra missions does sound a little bit better than just having the cars. So I definitely think we'll see some more missions coming. And then the final questions. So we have Darren here. It's rumored that Red Dead Redemption 2 will have cross-platform play, with the PS4 and Xbox One being the only two getting Red Dead Redemption, as far as we know, and Sony not supporting cross-platform play. How likely do you think that it is for Sony to announce that Red Dead Redemption 2 release with it being cross-platform play, I guess? And then the other question from Mark: do you think there will be cross-platform play on GTA Online between Xbox One and PS4? And I want to talk about this because I think cross-platform play is a super interesting topic, and I really do think that it is kind of the future, of gaming. I mean, one of the games I play a lot, Rocket League, it actually was one of the first games to introduce cross-platform play. Now, unfortunately, Sony, like you saw in Darren's tweets there, Sony, they didn't really like that in terms of cross-platform play with the Xbox One. So in Rocket League, PS4 people can play with PC people, and PC people can play with Xbox One people, and vice versa, but Xbox One people can't play with PS4 people. So it's kind of this really complicated situation. Sony is, at the moment, it seems like they're the ones that aren't allowing, they're not giving the go-ahead to make these games cross-platform play, but I think this is, this is a really interesting time for gaming, because while GTA Online, answering the second question, I don't think GTA Online is going to get cross-platform play just because it is an older game and I doubt they would really work on that. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I saw an article, and yeah, that was a rumor. The reason it got delayed was because of cross-platform play. Now, I don't know if that is the actual reason why it got delayed or if they're still working on the game. It's probably a mixture of both, but if Red Dead Redemption 2 does introduce cross-platform play, that'll be huge, because then not only will the player base pretty much double, because you'll have both the Xbox people and the PS4 people playing together, then it really wouldn't matter, let's say, what, consoles and stuff your friends play on, because if you're on the Xbox One and he's on the PS4, instead of you going out and buying a PS4 to play with them, now you can play with each other, in the game without having to worry. So I really like that. I really like that idea, that concept. Hopefully it does happen. I mean, it is up to Sony, so they're going to be the ones that determine really whether or not this works. But I do hope we see it, because I would really like to have that happen. Now, it'll probably never happen with PC people, just because PC people have access to keyboard and mouse and they can aim better, and it's probably not as fair, but still, with the consoles, I would totally like having a cross-network play between, both consoles, because you would really never have to, assuming there's a lot of people playing, you would never have to wait for games to get full or wait for missions to get full. One of the big problems we have now, especially if you're doing races or something, or adversary modes, whatever, it takes forever sometimes to get people in them because nobody's playing them. But if you doubled the player base pretty much by adding another console, then that would probably go a lot quicker and lobbies would fill quicker. So that's my answer. Let me know in the comments, because that'll be the question of the day. Are you for cross-platform play, or do you not want it to happen? Anyway, that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more awesome GTA content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.